Okay, so we are in the midst of doing one of the simplest, easiest upgrades you can do on your RV, and that is to change out from a smaller amount of propane to a larger amount of propane, specifically in a travel trailer. Now, most travel trailers are going to have an A-frame, and that's simply the shape of the frame up here, and you'll have a mount to hold propane cans up here, propane tanks. What we're doing in this specific video is changing out a unit that comes with two 20-pound propane cans to 30-pound propane cans. It's a lot easier than you might think, and you don't really have to go through a heck of a lot to do this. It's just a few different parts that you'll need, and one of them is rather large because you'll need to replace the shroud. That's the 20-gallon shroud, and the 30-gallon shroud is inside of this Camco box. But yeah, this should be a pretty quick video. Let me show you what it's about. Hang tight, I'll be right back. Now, before we kick the video off, we're doing the upgrade on this 2026 Forest River Ibex. This is a collaboration unit between Forest River and my channel. We worked directly with Ibex and got a deep discount to be able to showcase this RV to you, which is kind of interesting because, again, I'm trying to focus on RVs that I think people are more inclined to purchase in a budget range most people are capable of actually purchasing. So you can pick up an Ibex anywhere between about $30,000 all the way up to about $55,000, $60,000, depending on the dealership you're getting it from and the size, the length, all the stuff that you're looking at in terms of the floor plan. When it comes to this specific unit, as well as a lot of other units, you may opt to get the Beast Mode package, and it's called the Black Canyon Beast Mode package, which includes the Beast Mode full independent suspension, coil sprung with shock absorbers. It's going to give you shroud covers or vent covers. It's going to give you a water filter, as well as 400 watts of solar versus 200 watts, plus a 2,000 watt inverter. If you find that package, that's the one I would go for, because it's the package that comes with the independent suspension, and I think that's just a killer setup. I've made a lot of videos on it. This specific unit came with twin 20-pound propane cans, and when I say 20-pound propane cans, I'm not talking about the total weight of the can. The can by itself is going to weigh about 15 pounds. When everything is said and done, you're going to be probably close to 40-45 pounds worth of total weight of propane once you fill them up. A 30-pound propane can doesn't actually weigh 30 pounds. It's 30 pounds of propane. The full tank, when everything is said and done, is closer to 55 to 60 pounds each. So with these two tanks completely full, we're looking at about 115 to 120 pounds worth of propane on this RV. So that's just something to consider. It is a significant upgrade, especially if you have the newer tankless on-demand water heaters from like Girard or Furrion or Suburban, because they only operate off of propane. They don't operate off of electricity except to start them up. So you want to keep that in mind, that you will use more propane with those, because you're not going to have like an electric heat function. So like on our Brookstone, we have a tanked heater from Suburban, which gives us the ability to heat it up electrically as well as with propane. And we usually have both on because it gives us the longest amount of water availability. But with on demand, again, it uses a very small amount of propane, but it only uses propane. So if you disconnect your propane, then you're not going to have any hot water. Anyways, we've already removed the 20-pound propane cans. We've already removed the shroud. This is really easy. It's usually a little bungee cord underneath. You slide this thing off the top, and then you simply unthread this little clamp right here and these two little clamps that pin down the propane cans. This right here is actually the longer threaded rod. I didn't have to buy those. Those already came with the RV, but I did have to buy this. This was about $80, but we're going to get this unboxed. The only assembly we're going to have to do on this is connecting the two halves, because it ships in two halves, and you can see how there's screws that connect the two halves together. So let's go ahead and do that. Then aside from that, it's really just mounting the tanks back up using the longer rod. And we already repositioned the propane line. We simply moved the mounting location from here to here, and it gave us plenty of slack to be able to reposition this over the tanks. But I'll show you that here in a second. So this is what it looks like unboxed. We simply have to connect the two halves together. The included hardware right there. It comes with a new lid. Even though this lid would probably fit, we'll go ahead and put the new lid on. That way we have that as one complete piece in case we want to donate it to somebody. And then it slides over your tanks. So let's go ahead and get this thing assembled. Okay, so assembling this took all of about 10 minutes. Just had to put all the screws in and tighten them down. And then, oh, by the way, it is a 9mm socket that you're going to need over the nut end of that. And I definitely recommend putting the screw in from the flanged side, because it gives you more ability to put your nut driver over the end of that. Anyways, we got to put these little pieces in right here. They go like this, so they can tilt back to open up the lid. Like that. Then these simply thread down over, like so. And then the lid itself simply snaps on in either direction. You have holes here, you also have holes right here, and this just snaps onto it. So that closes, you pop these over, and you are good to tighten them. Anyways, we want this positioned facing the RV though, so we're gonna actually spin this thing around when we install it like that. That way the wind, if it catches it, it's not constantly tugging at it to try to open. Now the next thing we really have to do is put the threaded rod down the center. Again, all very, very simple stuff. And this is the replacement threaded rod. Very, very inexpensive, all of this stuff. I think that was like $15. And then again, that already came with the previous setup that we removed. And basically we now have a long threaded rod in case we need it for anything. And now we're just gonna set the propane tanks on here and get them mounted. So the tray underneath it is going to be universal. I guess that's kind of the point of this video, is this piece that's already mounted here should be universal to the larger tank size. The only part you have to replace up here is this piece right here, this rod. And then you need the larger shroud to be able to support the taller tanks. That's really what it comes down to. And then repositioning the propane line is also pretty important as well. Okay, so we have enough slack here. Next thing we're going to do is to take our clamp. We're going to put it on, and it will simply use these grooves to hold the tanks in place like that. We're going to take our propane mount right there, and then our clamp. I'll thread that in a little bit more. We don't need that much slack coming out. We are going to simply clamp this down like this. And this kind of holds the propane tanks to the RV, as well as keeps this from moving. Okay, now we just need to reconnect our propane lines. And I love these specific propane tanks because they actually have gauges on them. So if you want to get a more premium tank, you can do that. It actually has the level gauge on them, which can come in really handy. So that's it. We have the propane tanks already mounted in place. Now we simply have to lift this on, slide it over. So let's do that. Okay, so we got that on. Keep in mind, this trailer tongue jack with the integrated scale bumps back a little bit right here, so it is putting a little bit of pressure on the actual plastic housing of this. It's not actually coming close to touching the tanks themselves, just the housing, because the housing's kind of bulky. But that really doesn't matter because it's keeping it kind of tight. And this is something that you can traditionally run into with RVs, where the tongue jack, depending on which one you have, might make a little contact there. But we are good to go. We can now close this up. Like so. Okay, that's not going anywhere. And then the bungee cord, which was on the old shroud right here, can come off. And you have a couple holes right there, and those holes are also right here. We're simply going to loop it around to the other side like that, and voila, check it out. Went from 20-pound propane cans to 30-pound propane cans. A significant bump in terms of capacity, which is really nice because when you look at a large fifth wheel like this, it also has 30-pound propane cans. And it looks really good up front. It kind of fills up the front a little bit more. Super, super cost-effective upgrade. Very satisfying one as well. And it gives you a lot more capability if you're going to be off-grid, or if you just need to take longer showers and you don't want to have to worry about your propane running out. Anyways, let me know what you think. This is a pretty simple upgrade to do, like I told you all, but I did want to walk you through it just in case there's folks out there who want to do it themselves. What do you think of the collaboration so far? I know some folks thought I was going to get like a $80,000, $90,000 RV, but you know, I love taking RVs that are more affordable, doing little incremental upgrades to them, satisfying upgrades, and kind of personalizing it and turning it into your own. And you can save a lot of money doing it that way, especially if you're okay with not spending, you know, 40 grand at the front end and putting about 5 grand in at the back end in little projects that are more personal to you versus maybe things that the manufacturer thought you should have for that price. Anyways, guys, sure hope you enjoyed the video. I'll put links to this in the description of this video if this is something you're interested in. Again, really satisfying to do, and it's simple and it's quick. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up. We'll talk to you again very soon.